EV-related building codes are evolving. Although the EV charging requirements were ruled out of the scope of the 2021 International Energy Conservation Code, word on the street is that the new scope and intent for the 2024 IECC will include requirements. The IECC sets the standards for energy-efficient building practices in the United States. It's updated every 3 years to incorporate new technology achievements and address emerging environmental concerns. Now, according to my research, the 2024 revision of the IECC intends to introduce a pivotal requirement. All new residential and commercial construction and major renovations must include the infrastructure necessary for commercial and residential EV charging. Now, even without a requirement, you may have already had a client ask for an EV charger to be included in their house plans. After all, according to the Kelley Blue Book, nearly 1.2 million U.S. vehicle buyers opted for electrical vehicles in 2023, marking a record-breaking surge. Now, I was working on an electrical plan this week, and I learned two things. Recently, security researchers and white hat hackers have identified sprawling vulnerabilities in internet-connected home and public charging hardware that could expose customer data, compromise Wi-Fi networks, and in a worst-case scenario, bring down a power grid. A British security consulting firm spent 18 months analyzing 7 popular EV home charging models. Here's what they found.
It took less than 10 minutes for these cybersecurity researchers to hack into this electric vehicle charger.
All I need is to open it up with a tool, pop out one of the hardware chips, and then we can read it and find your personal data.
EV chargers are increasingly vulnerable to cyber attacks that could expose sensitive data, compromise Wi-Fi networks, and in a worst-case scenario, bring down power grids.
We've created attacks that could be used to switch on thousands and thousands of EV batteries at once. That could cause power spikes on the grid, which could cause blackouts.
This cybersecurity expert is going to walk us through other hacking demos to understand the risks posed by EV chargers and what could be done to minimize these vulnerabilities.
So I suppose we're the good guys. Our job is to break things to help organizations make them better.
Ken Munro is the co-founder of Pentest Partners, a cybersecurity research company based in the United Kingdom that specializes in what's known as white hat hacking.
We're brought in by organizations to hack them in a controlled way, to find the bugs so they can get fixed, and then the bad hackers can't get in anymore.
At other times, Pentest carries out independent research on products, like EV chargers.
So this is the wall box.
Pentest discovered this at-home charger had 2 major security flaws. The first one, which we saw earlier, is tied to the hardware.
The chance is lower because someone's taking a big risk to be outside your home, but actually the consequences can be more serious because they're getting very personal information. When we're by the charger, we could pop the front off and take some of the hardware out, and from there we could get much more sensitive data. You could access things like the homeowner's Wi-Fi key. They might be able to intercept your passwords, potentially stealing your banking credentials.
The complete expose is about 18 minutes long. We've included a link to the Wall Street Journal post in the notes below. Now granted, most of the time you're probably going to be locating the charger inside the garage, but still, good information to pass on to your client. I also learned that a residential level 2 charging station can increase a home's electrical load by around 7,200 watts, or 30 amps. And of course, it'll probably be most likely used when the family is home and using other common loads. Now, although they can be programmed to be run at night when everybody's sleeping, we should probably plan for the worst case. Now, most jurisdictions don't ask for electrical plans and load calculations when submitting plans for permitting. However, some are beginning to, and that may be a trend. The Designer Docs library includes an electrical panel and a load calculation template, which AIBD professional members can download for free. The template already has all of the typical appliances with their standard nameplate ratings included in the template. To get to the Designer Docs library, log into your account at aibd.org/hub. After you take a look around, If you have any questions or need any help, use my meeting scheduling link, which also can be found on your AIBD online account page. I've been preparing electrical plans for about 4 decades now, and I'm happy to help. Now, we've been putting a lot of effort into revamping the AIBD membership account web pages, and we hope to make it the one-stop shop for everything you want from AIBD. While you're there, use the feedback field to let us know what it is you want. We'll do everything we can to make it happen. Meanwhile, thanks for watching this entire video and have a triumphant week.